Kaylee's path to recovery. Kaylee spends around 3 days per week.
Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM 2 Board Chosen. It's called Collection Modded.
Kaylee is finally home with her family.
Just looking at something here.
Did not get enough attention, and I guarantee
Okay, it looks good.
was reversed. The victim and the aggressor. This would be a front page story for everyone. So tragic. U.S. dairy farmers will now get paid by the federal government to test their dairy.
Okay, here we go.
Nearly $200 million is being put up to stop the virus and cover vet costs, and also to compensate the farmers. 42 herds across 9 states have been affected by the outbreak. Oprah Winfrey is dishing out apologies for what she says is her major role in diet culture. The former queen of daytime TV started a 3-hour YouTube special this week for Weight Watchers, and she opened up about her role in the evolution of diet culture. Listen.
I have been a steadfast participant in this diet culture through my platforms, through the magazine, through the talk show for 25 years, through online. I've been a major contributor to it.
Big mea culpa. Oprah says also that her biggest regrets in her career are related to pushing diet culture and how she set unrealistic standards during her battle with weight loss. You see her there with the famous red wagon and the 60-some pounds of fat that she lost on a liquid diet.
We talked about this a little bit earlier in the show. We talked about what's going on. First of all, it's weird to do that with Weight Watchers, which is about
Oh, but she's about that checks.
She said, I think the whole thing was like all about fat shaming and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's what, and you point out she's also now participating in the Ozempic experiment.
She did like she did an infomercial for it, for Ozempic, and she's on it, and she's been open about it.
You point out, this is part of body positivity. This is part of, woke culture.
Shaming. How dare you, Oprah, tell people that there's an ideal view of what a woman should look like. You have to affirm everybody, whether they're 100 pounds or 400 pounds. And you have to tell them they're beautiful and everything's great. And if you tell them they need to work out or they need to do Weight Watchers, you're part of the problem. So, but she's basically, this is, again, she made her career trying to say things about what she believed were good and positive and everything. And now she's apologizing for all of it. Again, because the wokesters got her and said, shame on you for having an ideal vision of a fit woman or wanting to be thin. That's horrible of you.
Don't forget, she is a billionaire for a reason. She's making money for Weight Watchers. I'm sure she's going to get kicked out from Big Pharma on Ozempic. And she's keeping herself in the news and staying up with the body positive stuff. So yeah, the mea culpa comes with a paycheck.
You get Ozempic and you get
Ozempic.
Biden facing heat on both sides of the aisle as he threatens to withhold weapons to Israel. The left isn't doing enough.
Sean Hannity breaks down the back and forth.
But first, Brian Kilmeade with a look at what's coming up tonight on One Nation.
Can you believe Saturday is here? It's time for One Nation tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Among my great roster guests, Senator Joe Manchin. Why he's disappointed with his party and his president, but he has some hope. John Sticks Larkin on the chaos on campuses and how the cops are taking it all apart brilliantly. And Joanne Horney. This guy has on Ozempic, lost 47 pounds. Wrote a book about why you should, or perhaps shouldn't. Very intriguing, right? Only on One Nation tonight at 9. Be there. I'm wearing it.
At Interactive Brokers, independent RIAs work with the best research and trading tools designed to help them outperform the markets. Meet them at Interactive Brokers Investors Marketplace for advisors. Advisors at Interactive Brokers keep all they earn on our low-cost platform with no ticket fees or custody charges, low margin rates, and high interest earned on idle cash. To get better results, get a better platform. The best informed investors choose Interactive Brokers.
My name is Dr. Zen. I'm a doctor of podiatric medicine. My name is Todd. I'm a paramedic firefighter. I've been on the job for 28 years. I'm a chiropractor in New York. I've been taking Balance of Nature for 23 years. I love Balance of Nature. It was definitely a product that I would recommend to other people. And I'll never stop taking it. I'm a 7-year-old picture tonight. As far as Balance of Nature goes, I keep taking the stuff until I'm almost 55 years old, and because I have so much vitality, I can really enjoy the great outdoors. Our bodies are kind of like machines. If you do not give the machine the proper nutrition, it's not going to work very well. Simple as that.
Start your journey with Balance & Nature supplements. Get 35% off your first order as Cookers customer, or go to balanceandnature.com and use discount code FOX2. Tony Cocker's zip up, fold back suppressor is redefining compression.
You do this, or this. Sometimes even this. Cover your mouth with them.
The ultimate muscle supporting compression shirt that zips on easily.
So the beauty of it is you can tell it out.
Fight back pain. Go to TommyCocker.com and buy one with you free today.
You need this. Trust me.
Trump on trial and campus chaos. When images are carrying more weight with donors and voters. He'll get the election back today on Google Live.
Excellent.
Teams have faced backlash from both sides of the aisle. Is this a handle with this handling of the Israeli-Hamas war? With over 24 House Democrats writing yesterday to National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, quote, public disputes with our critical ally only emboldens our mutual enemies, including Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and other Iranian-backed proxies, and makes a hostage agreement even harder to achieve. Here to react on a Saturday morning, Mr. Sean Hannity. Sean, how you doing?
First of all, I watch every Saturday morning, so I might as well be on. Thank you for the invitation. It's great to be here. I will tell you, we're going to look back, and I want to tell you something, Pete. This is a moment in history that is not a proud one for the U.S. We had a U.S. president literally surrender in the war on terrorism while simultaneously abandoning our allies as they fight for their very survival. We played a tape on Hannity this week. Joe Biden in 2019 saying we would never, it would be preposterous to ever think of abandoning Israel and withholding military aid, and he did that very thing this week. Here's the danger. Is the world is watching, Pete. I mean, think about this. Our allies are watching. What did they learn this week? You can't count on the U.S. Think about this. Joe Biden said, well, we'll support you only with defensive weapons, but we won't support your victory in the war on terror. I'd like to know, why is there any moral ambiguity? What part of what happened on October 7th is he and these lunatics on college campuses not understanding? What happened was the worst terror attack in their history, based on Israel's population. If we compared it to our population, it would be the equivalent of losing 40,000 Americans in a single day and having 8,000 Americans taken hostage and taken out of the U.S. Wow. And so Israel is now in a fight for their very survival. Their number one ally, so they thought, has now abandoned them. They're going to win the war regardless, but not only of our allies watching this probably in horror, but our enemies are emboldened. You know, Joe Biden is not strong enough to stand up to the radicals that now represent the majority of the Democratic Party. He's not strong enough to stand up to them and say, sorry, this
You
is about
bombs.
fighting radical Islamic terrorism. Israel has a right to self-defense, and their survival is hanging in the balance, and we fully support their victory in the war on terrorism. They're not asking for boots on the ground. They're even willing to pay for the weapons that they wanted from us, but to be abandoned by the President of the United States, it is an abandonment of the cause of liberty and freedom. The United States President should be the leader of the free world. He's abandoned that cause, and the world now knows it, and our enemies know it, and they're all emboldened. And I'll tell you one other thing. If you look at the 10 million plus unvetted Joe Biden illegal immigrants, many coming from Iran and Syria and Yemen and Egypt and Afghanistan and China and Russia, tens and tens of thousands. Well, I gotta tell you, Pete, I'm not confident that 9/11 2.0 or worse is coming. I pray to God I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, Pete.
Do you think, Sean, we're hearing this letter, I don't think you're wrong either, of the Democrats calling out his policy. Does this only intensify leading up to the convention? Are we looking at a 1968 convention? I mean, how bad does this get?
Look, this all started when the Democratic presidential primary took place in Michigan, and Joe Biden lost 18.9% of the Democratic Party vote in the primary to people that were uncommitted. And he lost them to a lot of the radicals that live in Michigan. It scared the hell out of him. It scared the hell out of Democrats when they lost 50,000 votes in Wisconsin, another 40,000 in Pennsylvania. 3 states that could very likely determine the outcome of the 2024 election in 177 days. So I think Joe has put his own blind personal political ambition to try what America needs to stand for, the cause of liberty and the cause of freedom and the cause of human rights, and stand against radical Islamic terrorists that killed 1,200 Israelis on October 7th, took hundreds hostage, including Americans, that Joe Biden hasn't lifted a finger to get out of there.
Our allies know that we're absent, and our enemies know that they grant. There's no doubt. We do. Enemies and allies, that brings us to a new Fox Nation show you've got, Sean. It's called Outlaws and Lawmen with Sean Hannity. Here's a quick promo clip.
Dolan and his allies soon force a showdown with Billy the Kid and the regulators. Dolan's posse of corrupt lawmen and hired guns cornered the regulators inside a house in the town of Lincoln. The battle rages for 5 days.
Sean, this must have been fun.
You know, I love John Wayne movies. I love westerns. I love Yellowstone. I love Clint Eastwood. I love all of this stuff. Here's the cool part. I said yes. I said I'm going to push through my comfort zone. I am so glad that I did, because and this was a collaborative effort. The team was amazing. It was like a movie shoot. We shot this, Pete, on the set of where Tombstone, one of my favorite movies of all time, where that was shot. So that was a really cool experience for me. And in the process, I thought I knew a lot about Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I thought I knew a lot. In the process, I learned a lot. But here's
Great, now I got a rescuer.
all of those Americans, the pioneers, the individualists that we admire on shows like Below Zero or Deadliest Catch, really top rugged people. Those people that made the perilous journey west, not leaving everything they knew behind in hope of a better life, and those people that wanted to take it all from them, the outlaws, and then these incredible lawmen that rise to the occasion, and their stories are phenomenal. It's a 4-part series. I'm so proud it debuted with really high numbers on Fox Nation, number 1 on Wednesday. I hope people this weekend can watch it. I love doing it. I learned a lot. And the team that I work with were phenomenal. They put together a really, really good series. I'm very proud to be a small part of it. And I really enjoyed doing it.
I find that every time, Sean, anytime you undertake one of these series on Fox Nation, I end up learning. And as a viewer, you learn the same right along with Sean Handy. Catch Outlaws and Lawmen on Fox Nation. It's available right now. Let's keep it at number 1. Sean Handy, thanks for joining us on Saturday morning. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Pete, love the show. Watch every weekend. Thank you.
Likewise, we watch you every night. Take care. And the Northern Lights getting further south, well, you might be able to see them as far south as Alabama or maybe even Florida this weekend.
You know, I spend a lot of time thinking about dirt at 3 in the morning. And what people don't know is that not all dirt is the same. You need dirt with the right kind of nutrients. Look at this new organic soil from Miracle Grow.
Everybody should have it. It works great for us.
This is as good as gold in any garden. If people only knew that it really is about the dirt.
You're a dirt.
Huge dirt. I'm proud of it.
We're told in Genesis chapter 1:26 that God has made man in his image, and by his likeness has he made him.
Genesis is a book of fundamental importance for the Jewish and Christian faiths, and a literary masterpiece that has profoundly shaped Western civilization. Now, in this exclusive online course from Hillsdale College, you can deepen your understanding of how this ancient book is essential to you today. Sign up for the Genesis story, absolutely free, at learnfromhillsdale.org. Dr. Justin Jackson, a distinguished Hillsdale College professor, will guide you through this fascinating free online course that unfolds the biblical stories of Adam and Eve, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. When you sign up, you'll explore some of life's most important questions, gain a greater appreciation for how God is pain, with redemption and hope, and discover how the struggles people faced thousands of years ago are deeply relevant to us still today. Take this 6-lesson course whenever it's most convenient for you, at your pace, on your schedule. Signing up is easy and free when you go to learn.
Take you back here for now.
Today.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? Well, not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to crawl on its belly when that's what it does?
Join the hundreds of thousands of Americans who are enriching their lives through this exclusive online course from Hillsdale College and gain access to this premium content today.
Well, what I hope you'll get from studying Genesis in this course is a deeper appreciation of biblical insights with regards to the human person, psychology,
Shit.
Sign up for the Genesis story, free of charge, at learnfromhillsdale.org today.
This is Connor. Before using Terraform whitewash, we're on getting a deep clean order dinner party. Now, switching with Terraform deep clean antiseptic mouthwash gets 99.9% germs. Plus, it's alcohol-free, so there's no burn. So the doctor puts in a pair of shoe gloves when she sees me. Try Texas formulated Terraform deep clean antiseptic mouthwash.
It's a better mouthwash, I guarantee it. Now, ADT professionally installs Google Nest products.
You can also
When the most trusted name in home security adds the intelligence of Google, you have a home with no worries. Brought to you by ADT.
Slime Media presents the new Let's Make a Deal song with floating wild tips and huge jackpots.
Choice Hotels for family and friends, wedding hotels for any traveler you want to be. Like a craft cocktail connoisseur at the Tampa Hotel Bar.
Or Mr. Chocolate the Inbox with room service time at a Radisson Hotel.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
I like makeup that makes you look like yourself, but better. Miracle Balm is the center of my beauty philosophy. It gives you moisture, and it only takes a nanosecond to put it on. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
Well, this is incredible. You just captured overnight the northern lights over the United States. Rays of pink, orange, green could be seen from Maine all the way to Florida. It's the result of a geomagnetic storm.
Now, the downside is solar flares could impact your GPS systems and power grids. Overnight, Elon Musk, Starlink reportedly having degraded service.
And he said it was still up and functioning. Let's turn now to Chief Meteorologist Rick Brightwood for our Fox weather forecast. Rick, I asked you if that might have been why I didn't get a good night's sleep, and you said that could have been why.
Right, there have been some studies that say that it does impact our circadian rhythm when this happens. So if you don't see it happening, you know that energy is coming at us, and you bet so impact with that. So take a look at the maps. Want to kind of just explain how all of this happens. The sun is constantly emitting obviously the energy for it, but sometimes you get these solar flares that get active, and normally the magnetic field around the U.S. Around the globe protects us. But when you get these solar storms, and it's been really active for about the last 10 days, in fact, about 50% of all of the solar flares that have happened so far this year have happened within the last 10 days. So you get all of that extra solar energy that's coming out towards the Earth, supercharged particles. The magnetic field protects the Earth, but it does start to penetrate our atmosphere right around the poles, and that's why we get the aurora borealis. And when you get an event like this, it just is that much more spectacular. So you get these electrons colliding with our atmosphere. You get the red and green, that's from the oxygen molecules that are interacting with those electrons. When you get the blues and purples, that's the nitrogen. This has been an incredible event, at least as strong as since 2003, so just over 20 years, but possibly going back over about 170 years. So this very significant event for us. The good side, bringing in amazing aurora for us. And last time we saw that done in places like Southwest Florida. Tonight, another good night of it. So if you want to get out, get on the city lights, go outside. If you don't have any clouds, and you might be able to see.
We need to get our people back on their feet, Commander.
Very well. That's more on the aurora borealis than I ever thought I'd ever get. Nice. Yeah. All right, let's turn out to a few additional headlines, starting with this. A jewelry store owner in Omaha, Nebraska came face to face with an attempted thief. The suspect broke into the shop. The owner was ready. He joined us to discuss the encounter earlier.
Caught me off guard. You never expect this sort of thing to happen. There's no active thought or anything. There was an instinctive response. I helped up from my chair, grabbed the firearm off my waist, and headed on out to the sales floor. The plan of attack was shock and awe, essentially. The element of surprise was very helpful. The outcome we got was ideal. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, he's an Air Force vet. No surprise, he stepped up. The police are still searching for the suspect. Get this one. Today, Minnesota's new state flag is flying at the Capitol in St. Paul to celebrate statehood. This comes after some Republicans tried and failed to stop the shift. Yes, that's the flag. The redesign scraps Native American imagery that was on the old flag. And the new flag features the North Star on a navy blue background with a patch of light blue on the right side. You know what it looks a lot like on the right? The Somalia flag.
So you just erase it.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah. So you just erase it anyway.
Just erase it.
It's gone. Yes.
Super
Terrorist people gone. Okay. Somalia not flag is
The USFL club flag right there.
yeah.
Yeah, generic uniforms and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what is it?
Absolutely. It's just ridiculous. We erase them. We absolutely erase. This is what Minnesota gets. They get what they deserve. Keep voting for Marxists. You keep letting people in no matter what. You get that flag.
Were the Native Americans, man?
They should know. I don't know.
Let's keep it a good question.
In Arizona, an unexpected +1 slithered its way onto the guest list at a couple's wedding. Erica's got guts. The great guest was celebrating her sister's wedding when the cold-blooded wedding crasher made its way into the cocktail area. Staff member tried and failed to remove the snake before the wedding cowboy boots.
No shield for you.
We all know I would not have gone that far because I was mortified.
I'm carrying you. I would have done that to save my sister's wedding. Good for that wedding.
I did not like you snaking laying in his face.
Yeah.
Really? Without the feedback?
That would be all hearsay, as we should.
All the actors started taunting him.
The feedback was everyone was surprised that he was this afraid of.
I held it. There we go. Did I hold it? I can't believe that. I'm more.
What the fuck is going on?
That's hard to do.
Well, this is an awkward transition from snakes to mothers. Americans.
Holy fuck, man.
Tomorrow, this is what's expected. $254 on average per person.
Really?
So you have your kids, does that mean you gotta go, like, take your kids and do $250 per kid?
No. I think that's aggregate total for the family per mom.
This is per person.
Okay, that seems high. I'm not doing enough.
Yeah, especially in the Biden economic world, that seems.
Well, you know what's interesting is they've also broken down the spending in the National Retail Federation on Mother's Day versus Father's Day. And it really looks like Dad gets the shaft.
Yeah, it does look like
I was playing with my phone a minute ago. It's 70%.
70%? Dude, I don't feel like the difference is there because the flour difference. See, I think flour's $50-$60. That's the difference between mom and dad. You don't have to just on flour.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Explain this to me. How come when the economy gets tough, dad fares run? Look at this. The margin started to narrow in 2021. It goes up to 80%. Look at it in 2021. We went up to 174 budget, and we take a crash. Boom. We haven't recovered back from 70%. What's the time take it out on that?
Yeah. You know what I asked for Mother's Day this year? I asked for Sean and the kids to get me a family pickleball lesson. And we're going to do that today.
That's good. Are you going somewhere or someone coming to you?
I'm going to go to a pickleball court. And we're going to all together.
Tell us how you're celebrating Mother's Day. Friends at FoxNews.com.
Oh, because tomorrow is Mother's Day.
That's right.
So if you're
I'm on it.
you're on it?
Yeah. I'm pretty good. I am. I feel really good, to be honest. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning prepared. Okay, normally it's like,
I'll be here for a second. Jen asked for one thing, a signed copy of my book.
she did. She did.
But this is good for Father's Day.
It is. Alright, Trump's New York judge telling prosecutors to keep star witness Michael Cohen quiet, but still not imposing a gag order.
We're told on the double standard next.
When you show dogs at Westminster Dog Show as long as we have,
Joint health comes first.
and it starts with Cosequin.
For athletes in the ring.
And at home, trust Cosequin.
Cosequin, the official joint health supplement of the Westminster Dog Show.
Skating for over 45 years has taken a toll on my body. I take Cuno Turmeric because it helps with healthy joints and inflammation support. Why Cuno? It has superior absorption compared to regular turmeric. Cuno, the brand I trust.
The best moments happen outside. Your laughter dances with the wind. Stories are told beneath the songs. Connections grow, and memories are born. And that's Pro Shop Else. We believe in the magic of the great outdoors. Our friendly, knowledgeable outfitters that'll help you gear up for your next adventure. With Club Member Mondays now through Memorial Day, Club members save 10% at Bass Pro Shops and Us. Your adventure starts here.
Just so glad in my business now, very appropriate install the same finish with the stone. I think it's a fantastic product. A stone back, efficient stone method.
Shinstone is DIY friendly, goes from box to the wall in minutes, and can be used for any project inside or out. Text BOX to 59583 to get your discount code and save up to 50% over real stone.
When I started My Pillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products. Some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. Two-pack multi-use My Pillow, $25. My Pillow sample, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new one-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium My Pillows with all the needs of fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code for our $25 extravaganza. Over $75 and over, your entire order ships absolutely free.
Most guys get serious eye bags as they do. But most guys don't do anything about it. Because most guys don't really understand skincare. They think it's too expensive and they don't believe that anything actually works. But here's the thing. Most guys are wrong. Because there are actually a few ways to reduce your eye bags, and one of the easiest, part of the 6-in-1 face cream, actually works really well. And most guys actually can afford it. Because it's 6-in-1's formula means you're getting 6 products packed into one. Just wash your face and then massage in particle for 30 seconds. Before you know it, you're looking younger than, well, most guys. But forget about most guys. Just be you. A younger version. If you're on right now at hardmen.com, we've got free shipping in the United States, plus 30-day money-back guarantee.
Trump's New York trial is set to resume Monday with his former lawyer Michael Cohen expected to take the stand. This is the district attorney's office reveals they could rest their case by the end of next week. It comes after testimony from several witnesses like Stormy Daniels and tension over the gag order on the former president. Former federal prosecutor Brett Tolman joins us now to weigh in. Hey Brett, great to have you on the program. You know, Trump's team attempted to move for a mistrial after Stormy Daniels' testimony, which, let's be honest, was incredibly prejudicial toward the jury. That was denied, the mistrial. I'm curious what you think's been accomplished by the prosecution if they rest their case by the end of this week. Like, is there a there's a motion for dismissal after the prosecution puts their case on, right? You can do that. I'm just sure it would never be granted.
Yeah, Bill, that's exactly right. They filed the mistrial motion, and I don't blame them for it. What they should have been doing is actually filing a motion to thank Stormy Daniels. There is no testimony more damaging to their opening theory. The opening theory was a conspiracy by Trump and those around him to improperly affect the election. Well, she clearly stated, even in her own testimony on direct examination and then on cross-examination, that her interest was to exact money out of the president. That in and of itself underlies this theory that there was some conspiracy on the other side. Instead, it shows that there was a reaction to Stormy Daniels and an attempt to try to get money out of the president. So I would have been thanking that witness for sort of blowing up the prosecution's initial theory. And then if you look at what they're going to present, it's shocking to me that they're even going as long as they are. It's more a show trial than it is one to try to pull in facts that are very important for the case in front of the jury.
The reason I bring up the motion to dismiss at the end of the prosecution's case, right, is because I'm like, well, I don't know, have they even met their burden, their minimum burden? This should even go to a jury, right? Have they met the burden that this is a question? And even after Michael Cohen goes, it just seems like it seems like a circus. Michael Cohen's only going to amp up the circus nature of this, and none of it leads rationally to any type of conviction.
Yeah, the motion is called a directed verdict, and I would estimate, 95% of judges out there right now, 95% would not let this go to the jury.
Yeah, wow, directed verdict. Thanks for reminding me of the term I've forgotten from law school. They wouldn't let it go to the jury because the prosecution hasn't even met their minimum burden. Will Michael Cohen, in your mind, help them meet that burden?
You know, Michael Cohen's testimony, certainly he is going to be willing to say whatever is needed to be said. He's proven that. And so the prosecution is going to be challenged, really, to get out enough. And keep in mind, though, what we're dealing with is not necessarily what Michael Cohen knows or what he's going to say. You still have Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights as a defendant in that courtroom to know what you have been charged with and to have a fair trial against you. If Michael Cohen goes in there and if he can't articulate what the underlying crime is, or if he can't produce evidence of what the underlying crime is, they'll still fail, and a judge would direct this verdict and say, hey, I'm not letting this go to the jury because, one, the facts don't seem to be sufficient, but you haven't clearly identified what the underlying crime is that gets this from a misdemeanor to a felony.
And real quick, Brett, of course, there's no expectation this judge would find himself within the 95% you estimate would put this to a directed verdict.
Well, yeah, you look at the gag order. The gag order itself is an indicator of who this judge is.
Right.
When a gag order is needed, it's needed to protect the fairness of the trial for the defendant. In this instance, Cohen, wearing a shirt that shows the president behind bars, should have been the subject of the gag order before the president was.
All right, Tillman, really good stuff. We'll be watching this week. Thank you.
Says I am to obey.
Thank you.
All right, the Macklemore boys are cooking up. They're here. They're cooking up on Fox and Friends. Some of our favorites from their new cookbook next.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
I was done suddenly.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enlil, Ranzolic is different and may help. Ranzolic is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Ranzolic can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots. Some fatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occur. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant. Done suddenly?
Ask your rheumatologist for Ranzolic.
And take back what's yours.
Envy could help you save.
Do you need more space? You need a General Steel building system. Text BIG to 59583 to start designing your customized space. That's BIG to 59583 for same-day pricing on your personalized steel building system. Text BIG to 59583 before prices go up.
I want to tell you about a really simple thing you can do for your heart. This is Super Beats, and I swear by it.
Super Beats is America's #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support with clinically studied grapeseed extract to help promote normal blood pressure nearly 2 times more effectively than diet and exercise alone.
So do something good for your heart and your energy. I love Super Beats.
Get a free month supply on all bundles at freesuperbeats.com. Use discount code FOX and get an extra 20% off.
Cancel culture. We cancel our coming media and corporations. Could a shift finally be occurring? Our inflation will take into the signs tonight on One Nation.
Affirmative.
We planned well for retirement, but I wish we had more cash.
Getting out of here.
3 times first. That's what I want you to do.
Location confirmed.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm out of here.
This room.
Does it feel real?
That won't sound like a strange.
My fight is over.
Let's see if I'm there again.
To that position. Tactical retreat. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
All Advent Gene Therapy clinics will be closed tomorrow for equipment upgrades. Initial reports that the suspension of services were the result of dissident activity have
from whatever it is the Chosen are doing to them.
Time to check out some of the hottest recipes.
And our next guest just released. We're so excited for them. Their brand new cookbook, Gather and Grill.
Gather and Grill, that's what they do best. The Macklemore Boys going us now. Let's go, guys.
So we are challenged by y'all to bring the #1 best meat house to New York. We must gather and grill. So we delivered. We not only brought you quantity, we decided to bring you the best quality from 44 farms. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love
So it's 44 farms out of Cameron, Texas. Guys, we've got 8 different cuts of beef. They supply beef all over the U.S. They're one of the largest registered black Angus beef and ranches in America, and they ship 44 farms, 44steaks.com. Ship it direct to you in Iowa.
All this company and the people on it, good people, great meat.
Good blue collar, great, pure wholesome beef.
Yeah. So, this is yours.
Ultimate smoked breakfast burger.
Here, take a picture.
Cheeseburger size. All these recipes are in our cookbook. Gathering Grill.
Rick, we didn't bring you a small, we decided to bring you a brisket palace. All this in Gathering Grill. Well, hey,
It's a good time.
They ship to your front door.
With Carousel Concrete Patches, she's secretly looking for fungus damage now. Why she sleeps.
All the carousel patches work for up to 8 hours to reduce discoloration and pimples.
Now that's what I call beauty sleep.
Carousel nighttime patches. We've got you covered.
Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time for a fresh approach to pet food. Develop the best, made from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog, and delivered right to your door. It's smarter, healthier pet food.
The virus that causes shingles is sleeping in 99% of people over 50, and it can strike at any time. Think you're not at risk? Wake up, because shingles could wake up in you. If you're over 50, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about shingles prevention.
We handcraft every Stearns & Foster using the finest materials like Indulgent Remedical and ultra-conforming inner screens for a beautiful mattress and indescribable comfort. Save up to $800 off select adjustable mattresses at StearnsandFoster.com.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere to fix that? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast, so strong, and so convenient. It's like putting the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires of your car on a single charge, or inflate a bag full of soccer balls at practice. Bullseye Pro is so advanced, it has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Plus, it can be 100% hands-free. You simply set the target pressure and walk away, keeping you out of harm's way. Bullseye Pro is lightweight, durable, and powerful enough to break this massive monster truck tire. Plus, it has 4 ultra-bright LED lights to see you very bright. Bullseye Pro comes with 3 custom air nozzles on board, so you can easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Forget driving to the gas station. Bullseye Pro is your anywhere, anytime inflation station. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system.
All for the factory direct price of just $79.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. But to really inflate this offer, we'll give you a 50% discount on the second one. You get it all. An incredible value for one low price. Call or go online to order now.
Order call 1-800-579-4622. That goes that road. So call 1-800-579-4622. That's 1-800-579-4622. Or order online at getbullseyepro.com. Order now. Look, things may seem fine out there, but you need to watch out for diseases. Tell me, okay, does this look okay? No, I want to protect myself. With the new Scott's Healthy Plus Stone Food, it's the only product that prevents 27 diseases while feeding you grass to help keep your own health. Want me to show you how to put it on?
I think I know how to use this script.
Pick up a bag of the new Scott's Turf Builder Healthy Plus Lawn Food today.
Get it on. Get it.
Tommy Copper's got your back with back support built right into your shirt. Because when your back feels better, your whole day gets better. So you can be your best. Tommy Copper's lower back support tank made with built-in power mesh support panels and 4D stretch fabric that contours to your body will have you feeling comfortable and confident all day. Get the tank top with back support. Go to TommyCopper.com and find one free today.
Someone get me a damage report.
Just got some sort of
is our only chance.
And a lot of that stuff look good. This is not. That's on top of storms that are barreling down as we speak from the legal storm and the New York City courtroom, where Donald Trump and jurors just heard from Stormy Daniels, now set to hear from star witness Michael Cohen on Monday. Prosecutors are hoping he'll take down his boss, but could he actually end up derailing their case? Meanwhile, more anti-Israel protesters storming college campuses. At least 30 arrested at the University of Pennsylvania last night. More demonstrations expected today, all around the world actually. Plus several states cleaning up after deadly tornadoes yet again tearing across the South and the Midwest multiple times this week. A powerful solar storm brings the northern lights to many of the lower states. First time ever we've seen that. But could it also create havoc for cell phones and power grids across the entire globe? So many storms, so little time. Welcome everybody, I'm Neil Camino. So good to have you. We have a jetpack show where we always do. This time we want to keep open Wildwood, New Jersey. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a fantastic, I call it a carnival-like destination in the tippy end, in the very tippy south end of the Garden State. It's going to get some notoriety all the more today because the former President of the United States plans to visit for a big event. And already we're told it will be a packed event. Brian Dennis is there. Latest from Wildwood. Hey, Ryan. Neil, good morning. It is a carnival-like atmosphere here on the beach in Wildwood, New Jersey, where people are already lined up. More than 20,000 people are expected for tonight's rally at 5 p.m. This area is a Republican stronghold in an otherwise deep blue Democratic state. It's close to the all-important Pennsylvania battleground state, and it's just a few hours drive south of New York City, where Trump has been preoccupied for the last month with the criminal hush money trial case. Now, the focus tonight will be whether or not former President Trump will risk potentially violating his gag order again to attack Michael Cohen, his former personal attorney and fixer, who's set to testify on Monday as the prosecution's star witness. Cohen, over the course of this trial, has been almost baiting Trump, posting hours of live stream videos on TikTok, commenting on the case and attacking the former president, even wearing a t-shirt on Wednesday in one of the videos with a picture of Trump behind bars. Yesterday, Judge Juan Merchan told prosecutors to directly warn Cohen to stop commenting on the case and Trump. Prosecutors say they have repeatedly asked Cohen to stop, and he hasn't listened.
Sean says the court cannot subject witnesses like Cohen to a gag order. Trump, on the other hand, has been fined $10,000 for violating the gag order multiple times. Yesterday, well, this is what Trump had to say out of frustration.
What the judge did was amazing. It was amazing. Everybody can say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. I'm not allowed to say anything about anybody. It's a disgrace.
Trump's attorneys have told the jury they cannot make a serious decision about Mr. Trump based on Cohen's testimony, saying that he had based his entire financial future on trying to destroy Trump. Prosecutors claim Trump falsifying those business records to cover up reimbursements to Cohen, who paid $130,000 to porn star Stormy Daniels to keep this information from going public ahead of the 2016 election. Back out here on the beach, we've got a situation where Cohen, remember, he pleaded guilty to that hush money payment back in 2018. He's convicted of lying to banks and to Congress. And just this past week, a federal judge suggested he lied under oath in a civil case in October in New York against the president. So we'll see how all of this happens and how all this plays out beginning on Monday.
All right, Brandon, the Mean do try the sausage and pepper grinders while you're there, probably among the world's best. You seem like a healthy eater, so that might be difficult, but if you could pick a few up for me, we'll talk later, buddy. Greg reporting, and that's a great assignment. Ryan Dennis there in Wildwood, New Jersey. I want to go to Tom, because Greg don't know if he's into sausage and peppers. I do know he's into legal stuff, and he's a walking encyclopedia with it. Tom, one of the things I learned now from the prosecution is they hope to wrap this up maybe as early as next week. After they're done with Michael Cohen, that's it for them. What do you make of that?
We're definitely saving this.
Well, what I make of it, Neil, is that their entire case is now coming to rest on Michael Cohen. As this trial was getting going, the prosecution was signaling that they were going to have a lot of other evidence, a lot of other key witnesses beyond Michael Cohen, precisely because they recognize that Cohen is going to be a terrible witness. He lacks a lot of credibility, and so the prosecutors were going to make their case in other ways. They haven't really. So I think the fact they're saying, look, all we've got left is basically Michael Cohen shows how much is riding on what happens Monday. The prosecutors have put all their chips on Michael Cohen being a persuasive, credible witness, which, to say the least, is an enormous risk for the DA's team.
If they do wrap it up here, I don't know what the estimates were and how long this could last. A lot depends, of course, on cross-examination and what the defense does. I get that. But is this keeping to the time you thought it would last, or what do you think?
It's gone faster than I would have expected, Neil. I thought that the prosecutors would have had more witnesses to put on. I thought that there might have been objections or other things that would slow things down. So it has moved along much more quickly than I would have anticipated. I am surprised, though, that the prosecutors spent so much time with Stormy Daniels. She was a witness who testified to things that were largely irrelevant to the charges that are being brought. And so I think the prosecutors have made an interesting strategic decision that may backfire, where they put on witnesses like Stormy Daniels, like David Pecker, who had very, salacious testimony, but that wasn't really directly relevant. And the prosecutors gave short shrift to the witnesses who might actually have been relevant, like the accountants, and people who actually know something about the alleged fraudulent business dealings that are at the heart of this case.
I'm wondering, though, those jurors will probably more recall whatever, Stormy Daniels was saying than any of those accountants.
I think that's right. And look, I think the prosecutors had a big job to do in making sure the jurors were focused on the boring accounting testimony. I'm not sure they succeeded in that, because to your point, I suspect the jurors were riveted by a lot of the things that they heard about tabloids and and that sort of thing. And
I'll just save it here. Excellent. I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.